And now with news of the All-Ireland final and the rest of the day's sports news, here's Colin.
Thanks, Angus. And we begin, of course, tonight with events at Croke Park. Cork came into today's All-Ireland football final as favourites on form, but with a question mark as to whether they could overcome the psychological barrier of beating Kerry when it mattered. Kerry came with question marks too over their enduring ability, but true to form, the Kingdom saved their best for September.
There were many question marks hanging over both sides going into today's All-Ireland football final at Croke Park. Would Cork display the dominance and power that helped them see off defending champions Tyrone in the semi-final? And did Kerry have the hunger and drive to gain revenge on their great rivals after defeat in the Munster final? Ty Kennelly might consider himself fortunate to have stayed on the pitch after an early elbow on Nicholas Murphy. The Kerry half-forward received a yellow card, but then opened the scoring with a fine point.
The scores, gets away from the would-be challenge, hits it in very confidently and puts it over the bar.
After that, it was all Cork. Points from Colm O'Neill and Paddy Kelly followed before O'Neill got his first sniff of a goal chance in the 10th minute.
Oh, O'Neill's after it. Oh, what a goal by Colm O'Neill! 10 minutes are gone. It's the opening goal of the game.
Kerry were down, but certainly not out. They regrouped and created chances for their full forward line, Colin Cooper and Tommy Walsh leading the fight back. And it was the Kingdom who led by 3 at the break. Cork with no answer to the Kerry charge.
This fifth one can produce, it produces another one for Tommy Walsh. And Tommy Walsh gets 2 in a row.
The Rebels needed scores in the second half, but they just couldn't hit the target. Chances came their way, but points eluded them.
Cork need a score. Can he provide it? He's kicked it, and he's kicked it to the right of the target again, and another one has gone astray.
Kerry, on the other hand, were as clinical as ever and always in control. Diarmuid Murphy kept out Cork's best goal chance, and after that, the result was never in doubt. Sam Maguire goes back to Kerry. Cork are left to ponder what might have been. Hugh Cal, RT News.
Look at the smile on his face.
Just a 4-point margin of victory, but the inevitable gulf between elation and dejection.
We're delighted. It was great to beat Cork. Get one back, do you know what I mean? Does it make it all the sweeter that it's neighbours? Definitely that it's Cork. Definitely that it's our neighbours. We're delighted.
The disappointing part was that we had a lot of possession, at vital stages during the game, and I think, unfortunately, maybe some of it was wasted. It didn't go our way.
They've had tough times on the field, and there've been plenty of doubters. I think all the doubters were put to bed today.
It was a season that blew hot and cold for the eventual champions. If ever there was a case for throwing the form book out the window, those involved in today's final became the latest advocates.
It was because we stuck to the plan, no one panicked, and that comes with experience, and that comes with players out there that are able to just stay relaxed, stay cool. They realise it's a long game, it's long 70 minutes, and I realised how long an All-Ireland final is out there. About 15 minutes to go and my legs are gone.
We really gave it a lash. We prepared really well for this match. Left no stone unturned, and I suppose fellas go out, give as honest an effort as they can, and you hope it's good enough. We thought it would be good enough, but just wasn't to be.
You can always talk about performance, but your performance is affected by how the other team plays. Yeah, I'd like to felt we could have played better, but we didn't, and we have to accept that.
We're just getting great pleasure out of this one because we kind of jigged the team around, and we brought likes of Mike Mack back centre back and Tommy Griffin full back. We really had to dismantle the team and then rebuild it as the year went on. So, I suppose as a rebuilding job, we did a good job while we were still trying to win games during the year, and there's great satisfaction in that.
So just how did the team written off by so many come so good at just the right time? And what happened to the much vaunted Cork challenge? Well, our Gaelic Games correspondent Jonathan Mullen has been reflecting on a remarkable win.
Kerry is a county renowned for its appreciation of the aesthetics, be it the natural contours of its terrain or the perpetual grace of its footballers. But today's All-Ireland football final victory was less about beauty and more about the beast. It was a day when the unsung were celebrated, synopsised, if you like, by Martin Carney's description of Paul Galvin after his toil set up a first-half point for Ty Kennelly.
Yeah, but the hod carrier it was who got the ball from that time, Paul Galvin, a wonderful assist.
Just seems to me, looking at Paul Galvin this year, that he's trying to make up for the lost year last year.
Galvin shone as bright as anyone at a time this summer when the dark clouds followed Kerry through the qualifiers. But today he had plenty of help in the engine room as Kerry's background boys proved more than willing to shovel some coal. Tommy Griffin may have slipped in the lead up to the only goal of the match, but he was foot perfect for the rest of the game. Tom O'Sullivan riding shotgun with a performance that rolled back the years. Seamus Scanlon's Kerry career has become the living embodiment of the ugly duckling, and luring Mike McCarthy back has helped too. Released from the shackles of the number 3 jersey, he again proved how premature his retirement really was. With their noses in front, with their legs beginning to wobble, Kerry's second half rearguard action needed to be executed perfectly, and there's rarely a more timely intervention than that of Mark O'Shea's. At a time when Cork had steamrolled their way back to within a point, O'Shea's block on Donncha O'Connor was the catalyst for a score from Tommy Walsh. The wrenched open a 2-point lead once again and had the Kerry wagon face for home. This Kerry team's glamour may be fading, but the rest of the country will scarcely be heartened to hear that the Kingdom have learned that winning ugly can be just as beautiful. Jonathan Mullen, RT News, Croke Park.
And so, on the third Sunday in September, the more things change, the more they remain the same. 5 titles this decade, cementing their places as individuals and as a team among the great exponents of the game. Commiserations to Cork, but the grit of Galvin, the guile of Gooch and the power of the O'Sheas means that Sam Maguire will shortly once more rest easy in the Kingdom. Kerry, Abu. And that's the Sunday Night Sports News. Back now to you, Angus.
Thanks, Colin.